Hey guys, and welcome back. In this video we're gonna go over our ball collision. So with that said, let's go this. Alright, so let's just get started, but before I get to the main lesson, which is the ball collision, let me go over some of the things that I said in the end of the last video. Here's my subroutine part, and I said I was gonna move all the code into a macro. And that is exactly what I did. Here's under my macro, so we have move CX, which is short for collision, kind of a mnemonic. If you come over here, we have our CX, that's our collision registers. So I did the same thing over here in my macro. Move, collision, add and compare, that's all I'm doing. It's really simple code over here. And here it's move, collision, subtract and compare. So pretty easy. The exact same code from the previous video. So let me go back over here, and here's the extra values. So that's one thing that I did. And if I come all the way down here, I just use the subroutine over here. So move right, so go up to subroutine. Same thing with down and left. So everything is working. Let me save this, even though I didn't change anything. So let me open here a old version that I already have running over here. Excuse me. And if you notice over here, as soon as I ran left over here, there's this one pixel missing over here. And if I notice, I stop over here, it is have this offset happening, and that is simply because I'm gonna show you. I mean, it looks like it's actually offset, but if you can press up over here, as you notice, part of his arm is missing. So that is because I already have open over here. Let me come over here. And here on the Aliens Build website, the PlayPal web app, it does have the import data. So I just can copy all this data over here, and the rest import is going to be over here. And here's my animation that I have. It's walking fine. But if you notice something here that I didn't have it in mind, is this: there's a 2 gap over here, missing over here, but there's just one over here. Oops, one over here. So that's what's making the player actually have this offset when it come over here. See this offset? If I press up, you'll see the hands is there. But if I do over here, the hand is missing. It's the same thing happens to player 1. So here's his hand is missing. Here's fine. Then is missing. So to fix that, let me close this. Let me open over here. If I assemble this code, I already have my new, I actually redid the frame over here. So here's my player going up. So as you see, I changed the main idle frame as well. And if you run, now it's my new run animation. And for the run animation, let me just quickly show you. I put a sprite running or something like that. I go to images. I just run. I just use Mega Man. So I just use that as reference to for my sprite. And as you can see, I can kind of see it. So that's the only thing I did, and I went over this stay the same. So there's actually, let me come over here. So let me come down here actually. So before I had an idle and move left 0 as the same. So this one I changed. So I added another sprite for moving. And if I just come and copy this, come over here, import code, paste, import data. So here it is, my sprite, and as you see over here, there's only one pixel difference over here, and here as well. So this is my sprite running. Oh, so there's 1 pixel difference. So this is the end result over here. My running sprite and my up and down. I just did a small change over here just to have this head bounce over here. It's a little bit of squashing. You just to add a little bit extra, some extra animation. So that's what's happening with our code. The changes that I made. So as you see, idle, and make sure you move this player height upwards. If you have it over here, let me delete this. Have it over here, you're gonna have instead of 8 pixels, you're gonna have 16. So move here, player idle, so you got our player height. So let me come all the way up. And now I think I cover everything that I want to say. So let me just go over the main part, which is our ball collision. So let me come over here. Look for our ball. I know somewhere down. Oops, let me just use this part over here. Exit input. Here it is. And where's the move ball? I'm just gonna delete this. Let me save. And I'm actually gonna add all this code under here on the overscan. So let me come over here. So to do that, let me load our ball X. Actually, don't forget to clear carry flag. And then add with carry ball velocity X X, and store that to our new ball X. So that's that. So actually, let me just comment this out over here. Ball movement. Should I say? Let's say increment. Well, even let's say change ball movement. And we're gonna do the same thing for ball Y. So let's load ball Y. Add if carry ball velocity Y, and store that to ball Y. So if I assemble this and run, it should be no difference. And here it is. There's no difference. And make sure you have your clear carry flag over here, because if you don't, well, okay, so it's fine, but if you don't, let's say for example we have our carry set, it's actually adding 2 instead of 1. So let me go back. Okay, save. So you got that save. Perfect. And now let's come over here and do our collision over here. So first of all, let's do our collision. Let's load our value, which is load A with quart size, and let's compare that. Well, actually, let's ball X. Actually, ball Y. For now, let's compare the up and down version and compare that to your quart size. Quart size. So we're gonna branch in case branch is less than, so branch if carry is clear. And let's say skip ball down. Let me copy this. And the reason why we're skipping ball down is simply because we're gonna add this code over here, which you're gonna load the value FF and store that to your ball velocity Y. So where is it? You're gonna compare your ball value with our cart size, which should be 45. And if it's less than, so it's still going up, then just skip over here, so nothing's gonna happen. If it doesn't, it's just gonna come here and it's gonna load the value FF. So let me just run here, check if it's working. Here it is, it's this bounce over here. And it bounced just because this, remember, this FF is actually a value of -1 in hex. So instead of adding 1, I'm actually adding -1, so it's going down. So actually, so that's why I put skip ball down, because it's skipping this value over here. So let me comment over here. Change the ball to go down. Let's say change ball velocity to negative. Oops, to negative. So come over here, the ball down, just skip the ball, and you're gonna do the exact same thing. Ball Y, compare that with the value, I don't really know, 4 maybe? In this case, you're gonna branch if it's bigger than. Actually, maybe, let's start with 4. And then skip ball up. Let me copy this over here. Skip this part over here. And change to positive. Positive. And we're gonna load this to value 1 and store that to ball velocity Y. So let me see what's happening over here. Okay, let me come, actually try to time this perfectly. Okay, it's pretty good. Let me set my zoom position over here. Okay, so that's pretty good. And let me close this and assemble again. As you notice, the ball actually hits a little bit up, but let me just come over here, zoom in just to show you guys. So frame, frame, frame. So +1, it actually goes a little bit overlap over here, but as you see the ball bouncing over here, it actually looks like it touches the court, so that's why I'm leaving over there. And of course, if you can see here the opposite, oh, I missed. Okay, okay, let me set my zoom over here, frame, 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 +1. See, it does actually touches the frame over here, but in real time, as I look at it, it doesn't look like it's actually hitting it. So that's why I'm gonna come over here and close. Instead of 4, I'm gonna add a 3. So let me save this. And if you come over here, it actually looks like you're actually hitting the plate, so I'm gonna leave it at that. And all this extra color over here is the actually, come on here, frame. Oops. Let me come over here. Let's say over here. 0. Store that to enable ball. So it's just happening. Actually, let me cut that out. Put it. Let me try to put it on the beginning of the frame. Where is that? Start a frame. Oops. So that's not working over here. Let me just come over here then. At the end of our display area. Not even display area. Let's go to the end of court over here. Leave 0 to enable ball. Well, actually, it's already over here. Oh no, actually, this is the draw play field one. My bad. Let's do it over here then. LDX 0. 6. Enable ball. Okay, so now there's enough that all the extra the tearing that was happening over there. So let me put it over here. So let me comment over here. Edit this code to remove Atari. There you go. So now everything is working fine. An unexpected error that I didn't see happening. That's fine. So let's come over here. So let me come and let's see. This is skip down, skip ball up. And now let's do the same thing, but this time it's gonna load ball X. Actually, before I even do that, let me come over here. And there are variables over here. And let's add points over here. So game points. Let me spell points. So let's see, 0 points. DS1. And player 1 points, same thing. DS1. So this is gonna be 97 and 98. Let me save this. Come all the way down here where I was to our code over here. So load a ball X, and then we're gonna compare that with our value over here. I believe it's F. So let's compare with F. Actually, let's add E. Actually, F minus 2, so that's FED. So let's compare with D. Minus 2 because the ball size is 2. And then we're gonna branch by not equals 0. Let's say player 1 didn't score. Because when I come over here, we're gonna say, we're gonna increment B1 points. So all we're doing is keeping this area over here. So let me copy this, branch over here. Whoops, I don't know. We're in the score. And we're gonna do this exact same thing for player 1. But this time for player 1, oh, actually player 0, my bad. Well, let me come over here and check. Let me scroll down quickly. You're adding 40, no, it's not here. 89. 89 plus 2 because it's the ball size. So it's gonna be 8B. So let me come over here. It's gonna be 8B. So compare that, and let me just come over here. Okay. Let me come up here and check the points. So it should be 87. Oh, my bad, 97, 97, and 98. So as you see, player 1 already scored. So let me skip a few frames over here. And let's see. Actually, already scored. Oh, damn. Let me assemble this and check when the ball is. Okay, so I'm looking at player 0, 97s. So 97 over here. So let me keep moving over here. Oh, so here I am at the location. Where's ball X? Ball X is 86. So let me come here, 86. So now I'm 8B. So let me check where this is. So this is 8E. So 8F. 90. So okay, so let me come here and change for 90. Actually, let me keep going forward over here. Actually, let me just put 0 over here. And start a frame over here and see when it changes. So here it's 90. I'm gonna change that. And when does it change for our player 1? So if you remember, put it on E. So here it is. Okay, so instead of E, I'm gonna put F. So I like this one over here. So let's change over here this to 90 and this to F. So now we got some good collisions happening over here. So there should be 1 point each. 2, all right. So we got our points. And the last thing I'm gonna do is come over here and actually just attach the ball to the players. That's why I put the ball movement over here. So let me put over here. So actually let me comment over here. So this is change ball movement. Let me come up here, change ball. Let me put this part over here. This is the compare for check if player 1 score. Player 1 score. Oops. Let me come over here to the same thing. Check if player 0 score. So now I'm gonna come over here and do the check if ball collided with player 0. Player 0. And to do that, we're gonna load our value over here. We're gonna do a masking. And let me come over here under registers. So C-axis collision. Player 0 to fielder balls right over here. Player 0 to balls, so it's this one over here. And it is, the first one is player 0 to play field. That's not the one, we want a player 0 to ball. So we're gonna use this. So we're using this location right over here. So let me put 0, 1. And the rest doesn't really matter, so it can be 1 over here if you want. So, but let me just keep like this. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. I'm gonna do a quick comparison over here with collision, player 0 to play field and ball. I'm gonna branch if overflow is set, because this part of our bit is our overflow. The branch overflow is actually set. You're gonna, let's say, player 0 collided with ball. So come over here. Player 0 actually didn't collide with ball. Did or didn't? Yeah, let's say didn't. Didn't collide with ball. So didn't collide with ball. Whoops. Since we're just gonna put our code over here, if it did, actually just say player 0 skip ball. Okay, player 0 skip ball. But if it did, I'm gonna load ball collided with player. I feel like I'm misspelling that, but whatever. Player 0. So let's load our ball X. And not ball X, my bad. Player 0X, and store that to ball X. I'm gonna do the same thing with player 0Y, and store that to ball Y. So okay, so if it didn't, so let me just try it out. So here's my player. I think it's gonna go. Okay, so now the ball's stuck with me. That's what I wanted. So let me close this. And that's why I put all this code right over here. So even though I'm changing everything over here, as soon as I get to this part of the code, the ball is just gonna stick to me. So I'm gonna do this over here, and I'm gonna just do the exact same thing, but this time for player 1. Let me just copy this. All of this. Paste this here. And we're going to check if player 1 score. Actually, let me type it out because I'm getting so slow. Load. Let's come over here. I forgot which one was it. Oh, player 1. Okay, so that's the only difference. So I can actually just copy this. Okay. Sorry, I got confused over here. So player 1. Player 1. All I'm doing over here is calling player 1 over here. Player 1. Oh, skip ball. I'm gonna change this for over here. And here I'm gonna copy this. Put over here. Player 1 skip ball. Let me give some space. So let me assemble this. Let me bring player 1 over here to this side. Let's see if it collides and sticks. Ah, I missed. Okay, so here it is. I have both players. Now the ball is actually gonna stick to the players. And let me see how long this video is. Oh boy. Alright, so with that I'm gonna end this video. Let me close this. You have everything actually working fine over here. Let me save. And in the next video I'm actually gonna go over and add a scoreboard over here, since I already have a registers for points over here. And then after that's all set, I'm actually gonna start working on the most of the gameplay, because I already have our ball bouncing and everything, our players, everything's getting stuck. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. See you.